3. So it was like, oh my God. And at that time, MVCI really wasn't doing it for people. So everyone looked at fighters as being what is pretty much the new Marvel game. Like, oh dude, this is our new Marvel game. So Arc System Works sort of took all the thunder away from Capcom, even though Capcom didn't have much with MVCI at the time. And all of a sudden, bro, the new Marvel game became Dragon Ball FighterZ, and everyone was super into it, and it was great, and Marvel vs. Capcom was seemingly dead. Here's where it gets weird. So that's the relationship between Arc System Works and Capcom. What's weird is that Marvel vs. Capcom came back, seemingly dead, buried. There was a headstone, my dude. The names of all the characters in the franchises were on the headstone. It was kaput. It came back from the dead, out of nowhere. Out of literally nowhere. My favorite franchise, my literal favorite fighting game series of all time, my number one without a doubt, was dead, and it suddenly came back. Which started leading to a lot of questions. Oh my God, Capcom and Marvel don't hate each other. Oh my God, Capcom and Marvel are working together with each other? Wait a minute, this is nuts. Like, what's happening? Are we actually in a reality where Marvel versus Capcom could exist again? Where we can get a new MVC? It's been several years. It's been 2 years since Street Fighter's been out. We're now wondering what's Capcom's next fighting game? They gotta be working on something, my dude. So many of us were wondering, and there has been specifically teasers from producers at Capcom, from people at Marvel, dude, of like all of these people like seemingly talking about like a bright future for the franchise and stuff like that, to now, we don't know. And that's where the confusion is. Like 1 year ago and several months, they were just singing praises about Marvel versus Capcom and this big franchise and all this stuff. So it's almost like something must have happened, but still that doesn't make any sense because this game was in development for years. Like you don't just get a divorce and then start working on, you know, just make the choice to just jump ship to Arc System Works. No. This would have been in development for years, my dude. This would have been worked on. They already talked about it. They said it was a 1v1 fighting game. It had a different art style, like all of this shit. So this was being in the project background while Marvel vs. Capcom was also coming back. So what's weird is that now both of these companies are like working with each other, but almost separate ways. So I'm like, it's so bizarre to think that, yeah, could there be Marvel vs. Capcom 4? Sure, there could be a Marvel vs. Capcom 4 out there, but almost everyone was expecting that one of those, if this was going to be a thing that existed, that one of these two games was going to be not the same thing, because MVC4 is going to be likely a 4v4 fighter. Like, that just makes sense. It's like in the title, my dude. Unless that is so far out, it was the most unexpected thing in the world that Arc System Works would have been the ones to make it to the finish line or jump the gun on a 4v4 fighting game and be the first ones to technically do it. Like a full, not like not a team 4v4 fighting game. Those exist, my dude. Those are all over the place. But an actual true tag team 4v4 game controlling 4 characters at one given time, right? That has not been done before. And the only series to really like push things forward historically in the space of these big tag team fighters is Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. It's been Marvel vs. Capcom. What? So it's really crazy to see Marvel working with a completely other pushing the genre forward.
You're not losing the game, bro. It's just
we all were expecting.
Isolins, bro. Like
under somebody that was not the ones originally doing it.
I know, but the thing is she's Nihility.
It is the most bewildering
and Akron needs that Nihility pickup, and she's physical.
Ever run into.
Okay, like, you're saying that like you want to
are we really about to pick up 2 fucking physical characters back to back?
I just don't get it.
That doesn't make any sense.
It is. Hold on, you have to assume
Hysolins is a physical character.
Marvel vs. Capcom is excited for this.
You know what?
This shit is amazing. It is literally the true
he can implant physical cool, but you already have a physical character as well. His name is GOOO,
my dude.
And like it's like Hysolins, and he just got updated today, but like Hysolins is supposedly going to be physical. So why would I pick up him? Because he's selfish. He's the only one playing the game.
Everything I want.
He's not a team-oriented character. So I'm just like,
who do I get for this 300 pull thing? I'm thinking some Himiko. So yeah, because I don't have Himiko and she's
that is the summary of why a lot of people might be feeling conflicted about.
Or do I get that?
The free character.
History of these,
I would wait to use it. I would wait to use it for the future. Wait to use it for future buffs.
This game in itself
isn't like
a brand new idea for a 4v4 game.
If I get that E4 Bronya, my follow-up attack team is set.
This game itself in functionality
yeah, but I'd wait to
versus Capcom in many ways. Like it is straight up Marvel versus Capcom 4 without the Capcom,
that's another fight that I have for her.
What the fuck?
Potentially.
That is one of the craziest things. And as somebody that has deeply
I think I am gonna get her, and I don't know what.
And quite literally been following the history and doing everything I can to allow for these things to become a reality. This reality has happened in one of the craziest ways I can possibly imagine. I can't use the word disappointing because it's not disappointing.
Wait. Hold on, say it again.
I could get Knight on the
It's just crazy.
It
happened in the weirdest way I could possibly imagine, and it's incredible.
Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
It leaves like so many.
Don't ever do that. That's the biggest. So don't buy any
possibilities of like. So what was all that stuff that was
buy
talked
any.
About what were all those things that those devs were talking about back when? The NBC series, like, even if we had a Marvel versus
that
Capcom
shop's
on the
gonna
horizon,
get updated.
even if there's something like 5 years out, even if there's something that's out there,
those Lycons,
that would still be weird, right?
Well,
like, that would
why would you
odd that there is now a completely other big tag team Marvel fighting game with Capcom being put up
toward
against
the future.
Works, Marvel only
you'll probably never use Herta or Baby Herta or Himiko ever again.
In a timeline,
Himiko at this current point is.
This one is here. It feels like they almost like beat each other up. Like,
don't. You might as well wait for her to rerun.
Marvel do that?
Don't do that. Just use the free Lycon out of the Lycon shop. That's our like top 3 best in the slot.
If that happens, if that is an eventual reality,
what's up?
That could be if that could be crazy.
That's what calculus is working for me, dog.
Crazier things can happen.
How much?
If there is a reality where both of those things are happening,
1 million with the proper setup. That's all you need. 600K to 1 million is all you need. Herta's biggest thing is getting her ultimate,
tag team fighting game that's 4v4,
which is her biggest issue, that ultimate charge rate. So just make sure you run.
If that is a reality,
but I don't have that issue because I have a Naxa.
It's peak. It can't get.
And if I really wanted to fix it, I'd just get Trippy.
Marvel like versus fighting games. It is the that's the best outcome. That's where my brain is like.
Oh yeah.
These people have said things, dude, publicly in interview. Capcom devs.
If you want to be pure fiction,
like
use
there were teases for things like
you don't have
not obvious, but there was definitely shit like that there. So all I'm saying is that what is the likelihood of that happening? Nearly zero.
Damn, I wish you would have got an Axa, bro.
To summarize all of
I honestly would have picked him up over
look at these images, and it is the craziest, most beautiful thing like we have seen in the past like 5 to 10 years of fighting games since Arc System Works made Dragon Ball Fighter. It's gorgeous. It's everything we wanted.
I did.
But what would be crazy is that if there's also a Marvel versus Capcom somewhere out there too. And
no, Herta didn't come out at the same time as an Axe. Oh, you changed it.
Odds down to
I was constantly.
In fact,
I was like, okay, since Herta's coming out, I'm gonna get an Axe. So
this is going up to 2,000 gift subs.
And I got 60 pools before the banner went.
I don't even care, bro.
All right.
Like
we are.
Herta was the better pool. Still, Herta was the best pool you could have done. Still, I personally think that is the pool for 3.0. Even over, I prefer Herta over Fanian and almost over Castrus. Like Herta is the pool. Herta is like top 3. So,
dude, is the Nightbot still there? Where is the
you could skip Barbara, or you don't really need her. She's good, but I don't regret picking her up, but so far she's just stupid. I just don't like the character. I love her, but I don't like her because she's Ranmei Jr., Ranmei Plus. Like, she's just broken, and you can't die with her on her team. The game is like light work now. I'm not grabbing her light code, it's pointless.
And I changed it, and we're in the one chance. Let's fucking go, right? We are in the one reality where this could actually be a reality.
Serval's okay.
So
her damage needs to be upped, which will never
happen.
I prefer her over Baby Herta.
Baby Herta is way better than Serval.
My dude, I don't
For
know.
pure fiction.
I have to update the Nightbot. Because I legit
For pure fiction,
do
non-memory
not
chaos,
know
for
what
pure
happens to Marvel vs. Capcom at this point.
Strictly for pure fiction.
But this is amazing.
Serval's better for memory chaos.
This game looks like literally everything I have ever wanted from a
This
Marvel
game
vs.
looks like
Capcom
everything I've ever
without
wanted.
the Capcom side.
Okay,
You know?
this Marvel vs.
It just
Capcom game
doesn't
does look
have
fire.
the
Gotta see more
goddamn
gameplay.
Capcom side.
Gotta see more stuff.
Do you still have hope? I think
It's,
I have.
its arc system
right now.
works,
The
and I'm not a big
Doctor
fan of
Strange
Dragon Ball Fighters.
I have Doctor Strange hope. 1 in 14,605,000 chance that MVC is still out there somewhere. 1 in 4.
What?
The Doctor Strange hope. I have Doctor Strange hope. 1 in 14,605,000 chance
14 million.
that MVC is still
1
out
in
there
14
somewhere.
million.
But it's
605
nowhere
chance.
close, dude. It ain't close to this game at all. You can't
14
have these games.
million.
But it's nowhere close, dude. It ain't close to this game at all. You can't have these games cannibalize each other. I don't want that, man. I have Doctor Strange hope. 1 in 14,605,000 chance that MVC is still out there somewhere. But it's nowhere close, dude. It ain't close to this game at all.
Nowhere
You
close.
can't have these games cannibalize each other. I don't want that,
Can't have these
man.
games cannibalize each other.
I don't want people pitting Arc System Works Marvel over Capcom Marvel. I don't want that. I want these games to exist.
We
like,
need our
just
Marvel
have their
though.
own existence. I dealt with the Dragon Ball Fighters thing, dude, with against MVCI. Like that shit was rough, bro. That shit was rough. It's insane. So I want these games to coexist, but they don't need to coexist like alongside each other. There needs to be time in between.
Bro,
there needs to be
imagine,
time for like
dude,
growth or
imagine.
something like that, where people can want to see. And if that means that MVC, we have to wait longer for MVC, true. Okay, I'm fine with it. You know, I'm fine.
Imagine, bro. Imagine. Oh my God. Imagine. Capcom
It's
versus
so, and that's
SNK.
why this is so bizarre. Okay.
Imagine.
Hopefully my description makes
Capcom
sense.
versus
Hopefully I have been able to
SNK.
echo the feelings of, you know, the potential millions of Marvel vs. Capcom fans, of people that have bought all those previous games and have been invested in this series for as long as we have since the 90s, to effectively understand why this is so bittersweet, why this is wonderful and incredible, but bewildering and almost heartbreaking at times. It is so, and there's hints. Dude, what is with the hints? That's fucking, no, what are we doing? That shit is sending me. What is with all the hints in the Sony blog? What is with like taking you for a ride hints? What is with talking about the legacy of the Versus series? The Sony game talking about the importance of this Marvel and these fighting games. It's like, what's going on, dude? What is happening?
I need a drink.
What's going on, dude? Legacy of the Versus series. The Sony game talking about the importance of this Marvel and these fighting games. It's like, what's going on, dude? What is happening? I need to get up.
I got the free character, but I just don't know who I'm gonna be.
What do you mean you got the free character?
I'm at 300. I don't have it yet.
Okay, just wait.
Just itching. I'm like a crack fiend.
You're itching. I've been itching all damn day today, and I'm trying not to like lose my damn mind.
What?
Some crack sounds real nice right now.
I'm just walking around thinking.
Itching to spend this.
I'm gonna have to go back and find the video.
Telling me wait.
We're gonna go back and find the video of literally the Capcom guys like talking at EVO last year. Of like even the Marvel folks talking about stuff. Like, Coffee's gonna chill me out. Yeah, I'm gonna go drink some espresso shots. We're not done, okay? We're not done. I just got so into this, my fucking nose started bleeding. My blood's like, coffee's gonna chill me out. Yeah, I'm gonna go drink some espresso shots. We're not done.
Yeah,
okay?
right.
We're not done. I just got so into this, my fucking nose started bleeding. My blood is actually boiling right now. I'm not even kidding you. My blood is actually boiling. I got a nosebleed. I need to chill out.
I need to chill out. Marvel Force Journey. Marvel! Marvel, my game. Whoa. Can't wait for that though.
I'm walking outside my office and passing all the Marvel vs. Capcom posters, going, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? What is that?
Hit marker versus hit stun.
What are we doing?
Hit marker versus hit stun. So true.
Coffee. I'm making coffee, bro. Sorry.
Your assist to swap the leader and change the matchup on the fly.
I don't think a lot of people thought this day would.
Here, hold on a second. Let me make coffee and use the bathroom and stuff. I'm just gonna let this run. Is this Arxis MVC? It is. Without the VC.
Love the VC.
It's Arxis Marvel.
プレイステーションの友人から急になんか飲みに行こうぜっていう連絡が来て、何のこっちゃと思って、予定合わせて行ったんですけど、ちょっと飲んでる中で実はアークの方でマーベルの格闘ゲームを作ってみないかというような提案をいただきまして。いや本当に聞いた時はびっくりしましたね。で、世界的に本当に有名な IP ですし光栄だなと思いつつも、まず本当にうちの会社で大丈夫かなという不安もあり。
The inspiration for working on this project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space?
So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre. And that got us really excited because we had worked with them before on successful stuff like the Marvel Spider-Man franchise with Insomniac.
When it came to approaching Marvel, we had to kind of first float the idea and let them know, hey, we're thinking about approaching kind of like Arc System Works to make a fighting game. We'd love to partner with you to do this really great collaboration. Would you be interested?
When they named the developer, that really perked up our ears. It's always refreshing to work with a team that will take on the challenge of tackling Marvel, putting their own spin on it, and then just uppercutting that challenge into the stratosphere. And that's what you get with this team. I mean, they couldn't make something boring if they tried.
社長からも本当に作れるんだったらぜひやりたいでということを言われました。話を受けてしまった以上これは私がプロデューサーなのかなっていうところで。
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a sacred genre for Marvel. The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough to take on the task, because you either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
I feel like I have a good grasp on their art style and how they would approach.
Either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
I feel like I have a good grasp on their
special
art
off
style
the
and how they
ground.
approach certain IPs. You come in with your kind of own expectations of here's what I would expect to see from Arc System Works when they take on a Marvel IP. And what came up was something that went beyond that.
一番最初にマーベルさんに提出した時はなんとなくマイケルさんの反応は あんまり芳しくなかった印象がまずいのかなっていろいろこうやっぱり直接話していくうちにもっとアークのやりたいマーベルを見せてくれというような話をいただいたことがあって
I remember personally the first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければ分かると思うんですけどもかなりこう日本らしいアークシステムワークスらしいデザインっていうのが、出ているかなと思うのでマーベルの皆さんの反応がすこぶる良くてあこれなんだみたいないう感じで
Iron Man is supposed to be the sleek fighter jet, think luxury race car mixed with a brick house. And the fact that they added anime mech elements to him just felt really naturally at home.
One of the mantras that we have for this project is from Japan to the world, and really trying to take not just the IP but gameplay mechanics and say what can we really take from Japan, the creators that are doing awesome work here, and bring that to the global platform.
まあ特別なところいっぱいあるんですけど、まあ本当にやっぱり強調すべきは、まあ格闘ゲームのチームバトルの中では4対4というのがまず本当に意欲的で挑戦的なところだというところと
When ARC looks at these Marvel characters, it's not simply just the visuals, it's also the gameplay mechanics and adding in that what is that pop, what is going to be something that's different. Up until now, you've seen tag fighters that have 2v2, 3v3. We felt like we just had to go 4v4. And in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways to change up the gameplay that I think are going to be very excited to see.
Oh, we're basically getting Marvel. We're basically getting Marvel Dragon Ball Fighters 4v4.
Learning 4 characters.
4v4?
Yeah, 4v4. I have no clue. So my idea on how to get how this would work is instead of what I would do. So you could have assists. But you can also turn those assists into active characters, and it would just give them a health bar. So you can sack your special meter to make them an active health bar. That's how I would do it. But I don't know how this is gonna work. It looks interesting though, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
Production, and it's just a dream to even be working with these two great partners.
それは決してビジネスという枠組みではなくて、それぞれの強い思いの中でこのタイトルを成功させよう、いいゲームにしてファンに届けようと。
The three companies have come together to do this, and I think we really are going to make something magical here.
このタイトルですね、まだまだ開発途中ではありますが、続々とキャラクターも発表していきたいと思いますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。Stay tuned.
What? We transitioned to Sega Rally? Just in time? YouTube knows what I like. All right. Marvel Entertainment, show me what you got. Am I okay? Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Capcom guest characters? What are we doing, man? Like, that's so weird. Right? If, like, here, and let's, yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, Capcom guest characters? I don't know if I would want that. I would prefer Capcom to make, like, their own one, you know? I mean, it could happen, but it would be cool. But if anything, that just again means more the likelihood that Marvel versus Capcom is kaput, you know? That it is kaputski. He's not letting go of NBC. No way, man! Marvel vs. Capcom is literally my DNA. It's in my blood, dude. The blood that just came out of my body. Like, I can't help. You have to understand, dude. Like, that shit is literally part of my fucking soul. Which is why my soul is happy. But at the same point, it's like, it's insane. This is the craziest feeling ever. It's just the craziest feeling ever. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just bewildering, man. Fighters had 28 characters at launch and it was a 3v3. Yeah, this needs to have a lot of characters. It's gotta. This is the big game that Arc System Works has been working on, right? This is it, dude. This is obviously one of their biggest flagship games. It's the visuals of the game just looks the best, you know? Like everything just looks so good. It's got Sony budget, it's first party. Let's actually deeply analyze this trailer, right? Let's go over this trailer. Who do I want in the game? I can't even think about that right now, dude, but X-Men, I want Cable. I want Wolverine. I want Gambit. I want Rogue. Holy shit, man. I want to see several characters I want to see Marvel versus Capcom characters, man. But at the same point, it's only a Marvel fighting game. So if we're talking about the Marvel side of the characters, like, give us Nightcrawler, Sentinel, Magneto, you know, they have to be there. Those characters are like the identity of these games in a certain way, you know? I really don't want the roster to be like MVCI adjacent, where it is only full of like Avengers and stuff like that. There was only one X-Men in the roster that we've seen so far. It was just Storm. So, anyway, Akuma? Well, yeah, in a Marvel vs. Capcom, I would want Akuma if it was a Marvel vs. Capcom, you know? This follow-up video gonna be long? We'll figure it out, Jorge. We need to do the thing where editors, we need the follow-up video, right? I'm still working on it, but this is just for the editors. The follow-up video needs to be 2 different videos. We need one follow-up video explaining the situation, right? I just did a big 10-minute explanation of what's going on. Get some video examples in there of like old Arc System Works games and you know, Marvel vs. Capcoms, just for perspective. And that explanation of what is happening should be a separate video, but not the next one. I'm still going over all this stuff. We definitely got to get a video that is me compiling my thoughts and getting the reaction to this stuff, which is going to include this, of like the PlayStation blog and understanding more of what's happening, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be a video, but like the explanation of like what is happening, why this is crazy, needs to be its own separate video. Jorge, if you could take that, that'd be great. That'd be great. Thank you, everybody. Oh, if one of you guys could take that, that'd be sick. Because we need some video examples in it, and it needs to go up hopefully soon. Yes, the explanation. Yeah, exactly. Just get, Kate, if you can, just wait for me to finish this so I can analyze the trailer a little bit. You know, trust me, it's a lot, dude. You know what this? I just realized what this is. This game isn't a modern day Marvel vs. Capcom. It's not. It isn't many gameplay ways, don't get me wrong, but this game is not a quote unquote modern day ArcSys Marvel vs. Capcom. It's a modern day ArcSys version of this. Literally. It's this. They're doing their version. It's this. They're doing their version of this, but it's a team game that plays like MVC. That's weird. That's still crazy. Grandpa, what's that? Is that a VHS, Grandpa? You know? So but that's still it's still confusing, right? The reason it still is, everything wraps around to this. It's 4v4. If it was like a 1v1 or a 2v2 game, everything routes back around to it being 4v4. Like, at that point, my brain breaks, where it's just like, okay, so we're just going to have the game be the next Marvel vs. Capcom, like thematically, you know, in gameplay, in spirit, which is so weird to me. If this game was a 1v1 or a 2v2, or even a 3v3, it would kind of make sense. But it literally is Marvel 4. Like, it actually is Marvel 4. 4v4 optional. I mean, I get it, but still, it's there. And that's where it still is genuinely bewildering and confusing and insane. You know, it is this thematically, it is this in spirit, but it also has the DNA of Marvel vs. Capcom all over it. This is anybody that's been following fighting games or following old school Capcom fighting games or Arc System Works fighting games, this is the craziest shit. Like, you have to understand what we're going through right now. This is the we are so back, but then we're also toast, but we're so back. Like, it is the craziest shit. That being said, let's watch the trailer and see if we can pick up on some mechanics to figure out how the hell it's playing. Is it similar to the precursor of MVC? So technically, I mean, I guess. Dude, Vicious, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on, dude? Like, it plays a lot like MVC, I know. Like, it straight up looks like MVC. It's so crazy. Arc System presents Marvel Comics. You think this is a monkey's paw wish? No, okay. Okay. Chill.
Capcom presents.
This is not a monkey's paw
Arc Sys presents.
A monkey's paw wish is like something is great but also terribly bad, right? A monkey's paw wish is that you're eating candy, it gives you cancer. There definitely is a Marvel fighting game crossover where Marvel Games works with another fighting game dev and they produce a Marvel fighting game, right? There's definitely another dev that would have been kind of like a monkey paw, where it's like, that's cool, but man, what that could have been could be so much better. And I think we know what that is. That would have been a potential like NetherRealm Studios thing, where there was a rumor 4 or 5 years ago that after MK11 that NetherRealm could maybe be working. There was a bunch of rumors that they could have been maybe working on a Marvel game. So it's like, whoa, that's crazy, you know? That would have been nuts. That seems like that would make a ton of money and would be really huge. But did that eventually happen? It didn't. That was not a thing. But that's like kind of a monkey's paw, because if the last people I would think to be making a Marvel game in the spirit of a Marvel fighting game would be what something Arc System Works would cook up, you know? Like, it would be a cinematic, gorgeous game. It would be cool, it would be fun, but it might play a lot like MK1 did, you know? It might play a lot like that, which doesn't really fit the thematic feel of what Marvel Games has with fighting games. Now, what is Tokon? It fits all of those. It fits every single one of those, right? It literally lines up with the Versus series history that presented itself from before and also elevates it and goes beyond. So that's a great, it's hitting all of the beats, right? Everything about Marvel Fighting Souls, or whatever we're gonna call it, hits all the beats. That is like, no, this is not a monkey's paw scenario. Maybe for some of you guys, like, it is, and I get it. Like, I'm the biggest Marvel vs. Capcom fan in the world, but everything about this game looks fucking amazing. Like, everything about the game looks like everything I have ever wanted a versus game to properly move forward, to actually take things and go beyond what is the old school Marvel vs. Capcom 2 style of game. Like, we're finally doing it here, dude. So to me, that's like, I could get it. If you only like MVC3 and nothing else, this could be a monkey spot. But this is incredible. For Marvel vs. Capcom fans, and for me also wanting Marvel vs. Capcom to exist, yeah, I'm definitely left here hoping that that isn't dead, that isn't a thing that's just gone. So, but does it take away anything from this being fucking incredible? It is fucking incredible, dude. Arc System Works is one of the best fighting game developers out there. My dude, look at the characters. This shit looks friggin' crazy. And here's what I like about it. It's Marvel vs. Capcom, but also not, because what is Marvel vs. Capcom's visual style? Their visual style was to remain as like 90s like as possible throughout the entire history of the games, going all the way until even MVC3. To have them look sort of like East meets West, right? Like a mixture of the two, right? Give me a second, Chad. I gotta take a quick call. I'm gonna run the trailer for you.
We got FB says in $10. Oliver lied about Andrew Wilson. He clip farmed him to make it look like he supports SA. What really happened was Andrew Wilson asked him a hypothetical question to reduce his claim to absurdity. Yeah, I seen that. Up that to make him look bad. You want to apologize to Andrew Wilson? You don't want to?
No, I don't. Would you like me to?
You can explain why.
I can. Sure. I would like. If you'd like. Sure. Like I would explain. Sure. So no, I did not paint Andrew Wilson as saying that SA was a good thing. In fact, in the clip, if you watch
we'll bring it up.
He explicitly stated he was not saying it was for SA.
There's multiple people in it. Real quick, Oliver. This is I'm gonna give the floor to yours. Since there's a lot of, I didn't know that a lot of people were speaking about this. They're all saying this, so I'm gonna give. I've seen the clip, but let's hear what you want to say. I'm gonna let you explain yourself. First, I'm gonna go ahead and.
What does this have to do with this debate? We're having a debate about feminism. We're having. All right. What I was specifically talking about within that context was Andrew said that a good of SA is orgasm. That's what he claimed. A good of it could be, and that some women could be SA,
Oliver, that isn't
have
what
an orgasm,
and he was doing an internal critique on your world, and that's what you claimed.
He was saying a good. No, I didn't claim that. I never claimed that. In the context he was trying to give, I was saying that premarital sex was good for some people, and what he was trying to do is make the critique of my logic by saying, well, since some women enjoy being SA'd, therefore can we really say bad is good for some people, completely neglecting the fact that orgasm doesn't make SA good for a woman. In fact, it can make it a lot worse. So, no, absolutely not. It was not. No, it's just not. That's not at all.
Okay.
That's not even related.
It's okay. People asking for it, so I'm not going to do it unless, because it's me and your conversation. But since they're asking,
let's have a conversation.
Just listen, man. Calm down. What I like to do here is, and we've already agreed to it before we started the podcast. I said when there's super chats, I'll go ahead and read them. And if there's any, and you even said if there's anything that pertains to you, you are okay to give a response. So you said the things that really don't pertain to me, I'm not gonna.
A personal attack. Yeah, personal attack, people attacking me.
This does pertain to you, right? In regards to this, I got many super chats asking for this, asking about this. I'm gonna go ahead. Are you cool with me playing a portion of that and we can clear the air up?
People are saying my reaction. I don't remember reacting.
I think
I don't remember.
I mean, it doesn't relate to this debate.
I'll just go ahead. We're not. I mean, you guys have the same debate in regards to feminism, so I mean,
okay, I have to go back and watch my reaction.
It's an entirely different conversation. Why are we going over a different debate?
Okay, well, we can go ahead and clear the air up, and I'll go ahead and play this quick portion of the clip, and then let's see what you said is accurate.
Thank you guys.
All right, cool. Let's see if you're being genuine or you're being disingenuous. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and bring this up and share my screen.
The fact that this game is
and if you're not okay with this, I won't do it because I don't want to. I'm not that type of guy. I don't want to set you up in any booby traps. But you've already gave your rebuttal to it, so let's just pull it up and see what this thing is actually. Cool.
And they did a pretty good job. Okay.
Okay.
Pretty good job. So
answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the question.
Because then I can't say some people.
I'm not going to answer whether women enjoy being.
That's not what I asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being.
If there's ever been one. Do you think there's ever been one?
I'm not. No, I'm not answering.
You don't think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to answer. I'm not. This is a weird thing. What do you? This is such a weird thing.
What's wrong with answering the question?
Holy shit.
Because I'm not going to say. I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just said that some women orgasm, therefore that is a good of it.
No.
Oh, bro. So Oliver, right here, you still don't understand that.
Shut up.
Andrew Wilson was doing an internal critique. You understand that, right?
Where is it? Why am I not seeing it? Where is it? Right now on the web posted? Shut up. The controller layout was posted? Shut up. Where? The controller layout was posted? Where is it? Why am I not seeing it? Where is it? Right now on the website? There's a website. Where? Where? Give it to me. Right now. For real? Where? One person? One person? Get me a link. Okay? Get me a link. All right. So first, obviously there's aerial raves. Okay? And obviously Iron Man is a goddamn Gundam. It looks like they have heavies. So smash attacks, right? In Dragon Ball FighterZ, the H attack was sort of like a smash attack. It looks like there's a similar thing going on here. Smash down, brings him down. And the smash allows you to tag in at any point. There's a flash for the tag in. That's a big pause. So there's some weird shit going on here. Crossover? Crossover? Bro, look at the, look, it's literally, look up there. My dude, it literally is like they are drawing the characters, the panels at the top, dude. Like, is that part of the trailer, or is that how the actual... That is so sick, dude. That shit is so sick. What the fuck? I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, GOOO posted it? No way. No. Where's GOOO's source? Like, this is a meme, my dude. 9-button fighting game? This is a joke. This is definitely a meme. Okay? Not enough buttons on the fucking controller. Man. All right. Moving on. So, alpha counters into delay tags. Pretty cool. Alpha counter into delay tag to pick up. And this looks like almost like a high crush. Yeah, there's like literally like high crush, low crush alpha counters in some way. V shift? I don't know, man. It's like practically a drive impact that leads into tag into combo. And no wall. We've seen corners. Might be a, that might be a, move my big ass face, dude. I'm sorry. That might be a Spider Sense special specifically, where he has like a counter state like Smash, and it's his Spider Sense ability. Pretty neat. So yeah, she tagged in Cap as an assist, and then brought in Star-Lord as a an actual raw tag. Right? Damn, Star-Lord's moveset looks sick. What is happening here? Spider-Man once again with some ability to like move backwards and also tag in off of it. Dude, they have the modern Ghost Rider. Jesus, dude. You just got here. What the hell am I looking at? It's Marvel, not versus Capcom. That's what it is. We're looking at Marvel, not versus Capcom. Wow. That shit looks awesome, dude. Doom's got like a hit grab that looks amazing. Jesus, dude. Doom's forward dash is a teleport. Doom's forward dash is a teleport. That's so sick. Straight up gun. No more butter gun, dude. Hidden missile! Great. Dude, Storm looks so good. Storm looks so good. Doom looks perfect. Like, actually perfect. That's crazy. They have some nutty ass 4-player TAC thing going on here? This is so friggin' wild. Like, all right, so how the hell does the button layout work? You have to have 3 tag buttons, right? You have to have a button for every one of those characters. So let's be honest. What is the thing holding the game back from being 3 attacks and 3 assists? Right? LMH with directions, right? LMH with directions? Sure. You don't need the special. You don't need S, right? So direction and assist? You could do direction and assist. Directional input? Yeah, you definitely could. Thinking about it now. Light, medium, heavy. There's no key attack. So, and key attack was sort of like the S button from Marvel 3. And then we have 3 other buttons dedicated to assist 1, assist 2, assist 3. Or maybe assist 1 and plus 2. No, there's definitely going to be a thing where you press all 3 buttons and something big happens, man. Right? Every character comes out. I'm going to call it. I am going to make a bold assumption. Marvel 4 button layout. This is where my brain is probably gonna, I think they're gonna go. L, M, H, A1, A2, A3. I think they're just gonna simplify the shit out of it. But it doesn't mean that they're not gonna have directions for those, where it's like L, M, and H can have like directions and modifiers and shit. This is just Marvel 4, okay? We just have to call it Marvel 4 at this point. 8 buttons? It could be 8. I'm really wrapping my head around this. There will be 4 face buttons in use for sure. Yeah. But we also have to think about the game mode where you play a hero character with 3 assists, and you have to be able to use those assists with the individual buttons, right? So is it possibly 8 buttons? Does this count the Marvel 4 gift sub bet? No, it's not. It's Marvel 4, not Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Shut up. Okay, let's move forward. This is sick. Jesus, bro. Oh, the Doom bots. My God, man. I am slow-moing this shit down. I'm slow-moing the cinematics. We have to. It's necessary. Volume off. Wow, dude. So he gets Hulkbuster gear. What did he just throw on top of her? Damn ugly ass Doom face. That is so sick. Oh, bro. Boots. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm being sent. Oh shit. By the way, for anybody that's curious, my favorite character to play, if anybody doesn't know, my favorite character to play in all the Marvel vs. Capcom games that is not a Capcom character is Dr. Doom. It's always been Dr. Doom. D-Doom is the one. He's just the one for those. What the fuck just happened? He's the one. So, this is some pretty amazing Doom representation here. Gambit's great, but Gambit hasn't been in enough games, right? I love Gambit, but to be real, Gambit wasn't in the latest Marvels and shit. He wasn't in Marvel 3 and stuff. To me, Doom has always been around, like for the most part. Jesus. That is sick, dude. That is sick. Ghost Rider gets the whole ass car. He goes initial D. Very similar super, right? Dude. Wow, dude. Arc System Works. You crazy bastards, dude. You crazy bastards. You insane bastards. You did it. Doom does the hover. You insane bastards. You actually did it. It gets better slowed down, as Arc System Works typically do. As they typically do. Oh my god, dude. Doom does finger lasers. PS5's. Thank god it's also on PC, dude. That's wonderful. Think this could be a free-to-play game? You're probably thinking that because of Marvel Rivals, right? You're probably thinking that because of Marvel Rivals. I don't know. I don't think so. If it's a PlayStation produced game, I don't think so. I don't think it would. It's not on Xbox. Nope. It's on everything but Xbox, pretty much. Should we be worried about the lobbies? Maybe. But the lobbies have mostly been alleviated in games like DNF Duel as well as Grand Blue, so I wouldn't be worried too much. Going back. Dude. No, it's not getting an Xbox release. This is a Sony game. Yeah. For anybody that's curious about the relationship, Sony is the reasons why this is even happening. Like, they approached Arc System Works, you know? That's an MVCI combo. I know. I know, that was literally an MVCI route. So okay, just in summary, the game has everything, right? The mechanics of the game are, there is seemingly free tagging, right? There's free tagging off of counter hits. There's free tagging off of specials. There's free tagging off of hits. We're effectively witnessing a MVCI mix with a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 +1 character, right? Like, there's late delay tagging into characters as well, similar to games like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Typical assist stuff, also tagging, and then switch tagging, which actually has like a visual look to it. The fact that it's not exclusive to PS5 and they're also releasing on PC is a big step too. It is. No, this is Sony actually going multi-platform, right? This is Sony's true attempt at allowing the game to become, allowing the game to be on multiple things outside of just, you know, PlayStation. So, and they've been doing that. Like, a lot of their games over the past like couple years, they've been making PC versions and stuff. And this is once again first party Sony, also a PC version. Street Fighter V was also the same way. Helldivers also the same way. It fits. Like, they are. That is a good thing they're doing. That is a thing that they have been changing over the past couple years. Have you seen the soul transfer thing when they tag? Yeah, so that's just an active tag, it looks like. Yes. So that just like represents that you have tagged into this character. The main playable character is now this dude. Check it out. Switch to main playable character, right? So it's like the leader swapping. That is very familiar in games like 2XKO, very familiar in games like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, where your assist comes in and then you late tag into them, right? Not as free swapping as MVCI, but, you know, it's like a soul. Hey, like a fighting soul. Decent anti-air. 2 assists, bro. 2 assists. Look at that. Just an assist after an assist. Assist after assist, after assist into tag in. Mind expansion, dude. All right, all I'm saying is that it's doing what I've been asking for a tag team fighting game to do. Mind expansion. What is going to be possible? Yes, dude, what is this? Doom does not traditionally dash. He dashes like he is Slayer. He literally teleports forward. He's like a Dimitri dash. So even in the air, he dashes forward, he disappears for a bit, and then calls assist behind him. Like, what in the hell, dude? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this mix. Jumping air grab, okay. Yeah, he's got like, he has a bison dash. Thank you. He has like a Street Fighter 5 bison dash. This is definitely hit and miss or some shit, right? Dude, Storm looks so good, brother. Storm looks so good. Yeah, that was the that was the laser. Okay, that was the laser. And she has like the flight control, the wind control, where she can like go up or down, but she did that to the opponent in MVC. That's so crazy. Hold up. We have to slow down the 4v4 stuff. 4 versus 4, dude. Get ready for mind expansion. True mind expansion. So let's take a look at this slowly. We don't even know who's on what team. So Cap probably had Spider-Man and Doom. Iron Man has Storm. Spider-Man is peacing out. Yes. So we're, wow, okay. So many assists. So it looks like they have hero characters in play and they're just using the assists. It looks like this is fucking crazy, dude. This is fucking crazy. Like, are you going to be able to freely tag into any of these bitches? You could call, this isn't like MVC or, could Dragon Ball do this where you could call 2 assists at the same time? Could you? Did they allow you to call 2 assists at once, chat? Or is it 1 at a time? In Dragon Ball, you could. Yeah, you could. So that's a difference between Marvel versus Capcom, is that in MVC, you were limited to 1 assist at a time, right? And you had to wait for it to cool down and recover, or the next one, you had to just bring in the next guy when the next guy left. This is an expansion of sort of what they were doing with Dragon Ball FighterZ, where you could just press 1, 2, 3, and they all come out and just do shit, you know? They all come out and just go crazy, which is nuts because you could do that and then potentially free tag to any of them. You could turn my hero character into any of the 3 that work that got the hit and then have them go crazy. It sounds degenerate as fuck. It sounds so gross. It sounds insane, dude, but that's going to come with an inherent huge amount of risk because happy boo-boos are going to be all over the place in this game, man, if that's the case. Oh, that's going to be nuts. That's so much to think about. That's so many things to keep track of. And this is almost like a TAC thing, right? This is almost like a very functional TAC air combo where all the characters come in and do some cool tag thing. Yeah. Yeah, and they all team up together? Brother, we need a new term. Yeah, Merry Christmas doesn't work anymore. We don't get to use Merry Christmas anymore. It has to be Happy New Year's, right? It has to be Happy New Year. We have evolved. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It has to be. It has to be. It looks so good, dude. You know what? The only thing that I want. God damn it. Fucking YouTube. Guess outside of it literally being MVC, can you guys guess the thing that I want the most? Not a demo. I mean, of course I want to play it. Of course I want to play it. What does Max want the most from this game? Yup. Nailed it. Most of you nailed it in the first few seconds. X-Men. Because it's what's been missing, right? It is what has been missing from these games for since 2011. We have Storm. There's one. But there isn't a ton of X-Men so far. It is a 4v4 game with a lot of characters, right? It seemingly has to have a lot of characters to support a 4v4 system. My ass wants half of the game to be X-Men. Straight up, dude. Make half of... Juggernaut needs to be massive. Sentinel needs to be massive. You need to have huge characters. I'm just saying, dude, where the fuck is Cyclops? Where is he, man? Where are they? Where is Rogue and Gambit? Like, I hope the next trailer is just an all X-Men trailer, and then the next trailer after that is all Fantastic Four or something like that. It would be nuts if each trailer that they gave us for characters was 4 characters that fit together with 4 characters that sort of fit together, right? Because that's sort of, you have to start thinking about team dynamics when they add characters to the game. We're gonna need, like, you know, 4 Avengers, or we're gonna need 4 X-Men, or we're gonna need 4 of this, like that kind of stuff, right? Or how, are they going to distribute it like that? Are they not going to do that? So, in my head, what is Magneto going to look like? Right, dude? Like, you have to start thinking of the stuff that makes Marvel Marvel, because right now the game is Marvel versus Capcom in everything but characters. To be real, like, a lot of the characters that are being represented and shown in the game right now do not invoke the Marvel feeling of the game. It doesn't, because the Marvel feeling of versus games comes from X-Men. It quite literally does. It's mostly embellished with X-Men characters. Doom is here. It's wonderful. Dr. Doom is here. It's awesome. I'm happy with some of these things, but legit, bro. The 8 characters we're seeing at the moment have literally 0 synergy with each other. They are 2 potential Avengers, a Fantastic Four, Guardians, Iron Man, Ghost Rider, X-Men, Spider-Man. Like, it is all over the place. It's all over. Also, no bad guys. Oh, Doom's the bad guy. I'll shut up. Doom's the one bad guy. That is what I hope the game leans into. We need Venom. We need bad guys, dude. It was a problem that even games like Multiverses had at the beginning, where there wasn't there was a lot of heroes. No. We need, like, Marvel versus Capcom games are filled to the brim of bad guys being some of the best characters in the game with the most OP shit, bro. Like, we need bad guys, dude. I really hope that there's a decent chunk of villains and X-Men. I really hope so. I don't need them to be X-Men villains. I don't need that to be all over the place, but clearly characters like Magneto and stuff like that. This is the kind of game where I don't know if Omega Red could show up in. You know? Like, that's the weird thing. In my brain, I don't know if Omega Red can show up in this game. I don't know if Sentinel can show up in this game. But I do know a game where they could show up if there was a Marvel vs. Capcom. You know? If there was a Marvel vs. Capcom, they could be there because of legacy and history, you know? The crazy part about Marvel Fighting Souls is that they don't have technically the legacy of the Versus series that they have to match up to, right? Where the Versus series is held in deep respect by certain characters. Storm is here, which is a good call because she's literally a legacy Marvel vs. Capcom character. But characters like Sentinel and Magneto, the characters that Seth Killian had to fight his ass for to make them show up in MVC3, you know, there's a lot more mainstream characters that are sort of throughout this roster that are not really the legacy ass Marvel vs. Capcoms that are around, you know? So what I'm trying to say is that I am very curious where the next character reveals go. I'm super curious where they choose to have the next characters go, in what direction, you know? Yeah, they said they know they have to do it right, because here's the benefit, the biggest benefit I think this game has, and this is an expectation thing now. It is 4v4. You started off this entire thing by showing us 8 characters, dude. The very first trailer had 8 characters. My brain is defaulting on like 36 to 40. And that's what's nuts. Maybe that is one of the things that has left the game in development for so long. Maybe that's one of the reasons we haven't heard about the game for so long, that it somehow didn't get leaked, all this shit. But it's a 4v4 game. My brain is like, there might have to be at least 32, 36 feels right. 40 characters feels like what it should be, you know? It can't be like a 16, 20, 24 character fighting game. It's 4v4. 16 at launch? What the hell? Every character is going to have a dupe on it no matter what. I'm sorry, every team's gonna have a dupe on it no matter what. It's going to be 16. That can be one of the only things that could be somewhat of a detriment, right? Of how the overall development goes. And I will say, I'm confident it's going to be between 36 to 40. Why am I confident about that? These characters, their shader, their visuals look awesome. They look incredibly cool. But I'm going to say something that is not at the behest of the quality of this game. It does not match Guilty Gear Strive. It does not match Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. The visuals and like the quality of the individual character animations feels like in some of those games, they're way higher quality. It still looks amazing, don't get me wrong, but like the detail that goes into a Grand Blue character, that goes into a Guilty Gear character feels effectively a bit higher. Because of that, I feel like this gives them room to not have as crazy high fidelity, crazy frames of animation all over the place, XR / Grand Blue characters, to allow them to have some wiggle room that everyone still looks amazing, but that means that you can get a bigger roster. You do not have to have the bigger roster, right? It could be an early development thing. It could be that. It still looks incredible. I'm not saying it isn't. But what I'm saying is that that's not a bad thing, dude. I'm saying that could be a good thing, that they don't have to pump literally everything into keyframing. Goddamn, all this insane shit per character, all these moves, all this insane gimmicks and shit. Because Grand Blue and Guilty Gear have that, and those characters take a long time to come out. That's a good thing. It is a good thing that there might not be as nearly crazy high fidelity, because you know where you get your high fidelity in this game? Like different than a game like a Guilty Gear or a Grand Blue. You get your high fidelity in moments like this. In crazy ass speed up shit, multiple characters on the screen, flying around, do all this shit. It looks fucking visually gorgeous, right? It looks absolutely incredible. Just look at it. That's where it gets me, bro. That's where I'm like, yes, yeah. Like that gameplay shit is inspiring, dude. So anyway, I'm not, and it could be early trailer stuff. What I'm saying is that I hope that's the case. I hope that we get characters that don't have to reach the levels of fidelity of a Grand Blue / Guilty Gear character, because they're so detailed, dude. There's so much that goes into that shit that it's insane. Like, I can see why they take 3, 4, 5 months to come out per character. But you can have your shader and your visuals take care of a lot of this so that you can get a bigger roster, right? So that you can have more characters at launch. That'll be a big deal. So cool. So cool, dude. So cool. Yeah, Sumi Matsuno is dev talking right now. Where? What's going on? Was he the director? Yeah, 12 characters or something like that. For example, like, yeah, just look up the close-ups of any of these characters. They don't have like the shader refinement of characters like, you know, in the previous games. That's fine, because this still looks amazing. This still looks super good. Oh, Matsuno's talking about tactics right now. Okay, chill. You have to understand, yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics was my biggest gift sub bet. You have to understand that. And there's a lot of other things I want to talk about. There's other things I want to play. Understand that what we're looking at is things that I have effectively been championing for 10 to like 15 years of my life. It isn't exactly the Marvel vs. Capcom 4 that we have been dreaming about, but it is thematically and visually and close to exactly what I want, okay? Like, it's there. So my brain can't handle anything else right now. My brain can't, Wazzler? My brain cannot process anything else that's happening right now except what is in the screen right in front of me. So wait, just wait. That shit's gonna get nuts, dude. That shit's gonna get crazy. The name is something else. That's all I'll say. I think the name is something else. The music seems... I like the music, but it definitely is... What we can agree on, the music is good, and I'm looking forward to hearing more, but it is not Marvel vs. Capcom music, right? It does not have the MVC vibe of, like, MVC 3 and games that came before. It is very different. It's going for something that is a bit closer to like Dragon Ball FighterZ. Feels like Dragon Ball FighterZ music to a certain degree. It's not MVC though. Exactly. Exactly. We can acknowledge that, right? That's the acknowledgement, is that it is an MVC. It is not Marvel vs. Capcom. We are in a different reality. Quick Gordon Cinder theme. Back to Marvel Entertainment. I'm gonna look at this one more time. Behind the scenes, I'm gonna check out some gameplay stuff in here again. Is this actually a unique gameplay? So cool. So cool, dude. Marvel versus Guilty Gear, though. Hey, you know, that could actually happen. This is definitely a game where Soul Bad Guy could be a guest character. But, you know, there's too many Marvel characters, man. Like, I'll be honest, there's just way too many Marvel characters they can fill this roster with. I don't know if that needs to be a thing. Maybe at the very end? Maybe at the very, very end? Hold up. What am I looking at? Checking Twitter. It could be one of the large. It could be, dude. I hope so. I hope this ends up having one of the largest rosters in fighting games ever by the end. I really do. What am I looking for, Jorge? Hold on. You have to understand, Jorge, my Twitter is fucking exploded. Just give me a link, man. I just need a link. Most supported arcs this game? It could be. It literally could be. There could be like a long-term commitment. It'll likely be pretty successful. I'm just gonna say. It'll likely be pretty successful. Will there be 2 tournament types, 1 for main, 3 sidekicks? If anything, I think the game is designed to support both. It'll likely be balanced in that way. It'll likely be balanced in a way that allows you to have 1 hero, 3 assists, or all 4, you know? Yeah. Let's make that the end of it. Kate, you're good to go. Let's make that the end of it. We were cooking, just a different franchise. I'm gonna look up your Twitter, Jorge. Hold on a second. My Twitter is fucking roasted. What are we doing? What is this?
What? What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa! Wait. What?
I don't remember any of this happening, okay? You have to understand, chat, I don't remember any of this happening. This is new to me.
What the shit is going on, dude? Oh my god, dude, what in the shit? Whoa!
We were not expecting, okay? It wasn't what even if it was like in the realm of expectation, you couldn't have known that was going to be a thing that was going to be, right? Like that's why that reaction might be different than any other thing. That's definitely a different reaction than the Marvel vs. Capcom reaction. MVC reaction is a friend coming back to life. It is all MVC fans are out here with the same reaction, just going, what are we, wait, is it what, it's not, but what? 1 hour later, I'm still there.
The inspiration for
my bitch ass is still there.
Project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space?
So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre. And that got us really excited because we had worked with them before on successful stuff like the Marvel Spider-Man franchise with Insomniac.
We're thinking about a great color.
It's always refreshing, just uppercutting that they tried.
社長からも本当に作れるんだったらぜひ私がプロデューサーなのかなっていうところで。
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a
LMH. I keep seeing LMH. I'm not seeing an LMHS. I'm not seeing a 4th attack button. I'm just gonna say it. It could be hidden. It's a small screen. You can actually miss it. What are you talking about? Most of the time, I am seeing LMH. So my presumption is going to be 3 attack buttons. That's my assumption. It's towards the end a lobby system? Really?
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself...
Well, what's it called? The PlayStation blog also seemingly demonstrates or talks about 2 different gameplay modes, right? It talks about the fact that there could be multiple ways to play the game. Traditional controls and not traditional controls, right? Also a reminder, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had a pretty eloquent answer to this, which was the power-up, right? That they didn't get rid of 3 attack buttons. Instead, 2 punches, 2 kicks. They allowed you pressing punch twice to power up to medium. So there's a lot of solutions here to reduce the button inputs, you know? There's a lot of things that you just have to wrap your head around and maybe try something different.
See this as a sacred genre for Marvel. The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough.
Oh my God. Oh, dude, you guys have the chance to do it.
Minnesota is in the middle of a civil war with baristas. It's not that the cops can act tough because they're carrying.
See what Magneto looks like in this shit. I want to.
Without being expressive, without emoting, due to things in your childhood, the way that you were raised by your mother and father, by your friends and everything, how the world sort of treated you when you acted in certain ways, you were made to feel guilty and shameful for certain things. Now, personally, I grew up in a way where I was very comfortable.
Welcome back, tribe. You guys have been sanding. You guys have been sanding. The fuck, bro? The fucking Inner Atlanta comes in. You guys have been sanding me the gray episode. Shut the fuck up, bro. Welcome back, tribe. Or not. Welcome back, tribe. You guys have been sending me some fire videos. We got one here why the LGBT movement is failing. It's been going viral. I only watched the first second and I was shocked, bro. Literally has a name tag or just a patch that says gay, as if you can't tell already. Ah! Get me off this planet.
Hey, we carry the largest trans pride flag to ever be flown in a national park and unfurled it on the side of El Cap to prove a point.
This entire month, nobody's switched. Nobody, bro, nobody. Do you hear Targums would love to have a big croissant and a small croissant or avalanche? It just started getting pushed. Companies haven't even switched their flags to the assist. I mean, there are just so many access to a trans.
The debate.
Yeah, he calls it an internal critique.
In the debate, you still made an assumption that
women enjoy being.
That's not what I asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being.
If there's ever been one, do you think there's ever been one?
I'm not. No, I'm not answering.
You don't think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to. This is a weird thing. What do you? This is such a weird thing.
What's wrong with answering the question?
Because I'm not going to say. I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just said that some women orgasm, therefore that is a good event.
No.
Oh, bro. So Oliver, right here, you still don't understand that Andrew Wilson was doing an internal critique. You understand that, right? So in the debate,
yeah, he calls it an internal critique.
In the debate, you still made an assumption that he was saying that it's okay for men to want SA of women if they find any pleasure.
A good of it. No, a good of it. A good of it. A redeeming quality of SA is orgasm.
Okay. So he wasn't saying that. But time out. Do you know that he wasn't saying that himself?
But hold on. In order for that, let me explain. In order for the hypothetical to make sense, it would have to be a good of it, because my claim was the comparison he was trying to make was to premarital sex. So my claim was, hey, some women enjoy having premarital sex, and because they enjoy it, because that sort of thing. And Andrew's claim was, well, some women enjoy being SA'd in order for that to map on, and because of that, part of it is
but listen,
they would
stop
enjoy
it,
being
stop
SA'd
it,
because
Oliver.
of orgasm.
When he's saying, but some women enjoy, because remember, he's speaking about the pleasure. He's speaking about the enjoy factor of it, right? He was asking you. He wasn't insinuating this himself. You know that, right?
He was insinuating that
under his
good
worldview, under his worldview, Oliver, stop it.
And it's not pleasurable.
Okay, got you. Under his worldview, he doesn't believe this to be true.
That sort of thing. And Andrew's claim was, well, some women enjoy being SA'd in order for that to map on, and because of that, part of it is
but listen, stop it, Oliver.
Orgasm.
When he's saying, but some women enjoy, because remember, he's speaking about the pleasure. He's speaking about the enjoy factor of it, right? He was asking you. He wasn't insinuating this himself. You know that, right?
He was insinuating that
under his worldview,
that orgasm is pleasure.
Under his worldview, Oliver, stop it.
And it's not pleasurable.
Okay, got you. Under his worldview, he doesn't believe this to be true. Do you know that that's correct, right?
Not evident when he makes a comparison to it, and
he was making the comparison to critique your worldview.
But wait, orgasm is not pleasurable in sex. It makes it worse, actually.
You know that you still don't get it. Ah, man. Let's just play it along more, and then we'll get to the part where you clipped up, because I do believe that it was disingenuous.
Running an internal critique.
Okay.
Saying if it is the case of X, then Y.
So let's just bring it back. He even explains to you what he's doing.
If it is the case of X, then Y.
Oliver,
if it is the case that... Oh my God! Is this not a conversation back and forth? At some point,
we'll move on. We'll move on right after this, man. Andrew is a good friend of mine, and you said that you're not apologizing. Okay. And you put out a clip to clip farm to make him up to look really bad, to make it seem that he supports women being SA'd as long as they feel pleasure.
Nope. No. That's not it. Nope.
You even insinuated it here, Oliver. Listen.
Quality.
All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play it all the way through, and then I'm gonna have you give your rebuttal.
Okay.
Let's just bring it back so people get the context.
Because then I can't say some people.
I'm not gonna answer whether women enjoy being.
That's not what I asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being.
If there's ever been one.
A woman has enjoyed. If there's ever been one.
I'm not answering.
You don't think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not gonna answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna answer.